My name is Ryan Cheney, and I'm a studio furniture maker in Boulder, Colorado. And around here I tend to go by RC. I first started woodworking in Nederland, Colorado, when I lived in a cabin in the woods. And it was a very spare lifestyle. I chopped my own wood for heat. I hauled in my own water. Didn't own a car at the time. I was off-grid, didn't have any electricity. It was very simple, very spare lifestyle, to say the least. Out there in the cabin, I got it in my head that I'd make a new table for myself that was better than the one that I had. I had no woodworking experience at all. I got a couple of battery-powered power tools that I could bring up there, and you know, the table turned out okay. I made it work, but that was what got me started on the woodworking path. Since then, I got much more into woodworking and acquired some power tools. I got a table saw and started following the kind of traditional path of woodworkers. And somewhere along the way, I got very enamored with working with hand tools. Just something about the romance of it really kind of made me obsessed with trying that and seeing what I could produce working more closely with the material and working with my own hands. Working with hand tools makes for a much steeper learning curve. There is a lot of times when it's quite frustrating trying to make them do what you want to do. But in the end, I feel like it gets me much closer with the material. It's a much more deliberate, a much more mindful way to do this kind of work. And I think in the end, the effort to acquire those skills has made me that much better at what I do. And I think that shows in the end product, the designs that I make. If you look ever so closely, you can tell, at least subconsciously, that somebody put a lot of care and a lot of attention to detail into that work. And I think hand tools helps me accomplish that. At some point, I'll add some more machines back into the mix, just to help with kind of the grunt work. Sometimes working with hand tools is a lot like work, and so I'll incorporate those back into the mix. In the end, though, I think hand tools will always be kind of a touchstone of my designs. When I was a kid, I was kind of a spastic hellion, to put it kind of lightly. It's quite hyperactive, and I got into a lot of trouble at school, and when my parents would go to parent-teacher conferences, you know, the teacher would often struggle for something positive to say about me as a student. And so they would often follow up their litany of things that I wasn't doing so well with the statement that, well, you know, he is very creative. So I'm much better behaved now as an adult, but the creativity aspect of just my personality, I guess, is something that I've always wanted to exercise. And so that's another thing, that when I'm working on designs, I'm always looking for that thing that is a little bit different than everything else that you've seen. And I hope the end result reflects that. I also enjoy the possibilities presented by working with other materials. So I'll often accent the work that I do with leather, working with copper veneers, experimenting with making my own hardware, drawer pulls, those kinds of things. I think that adds a kind of unique element to the designs that I've been able to come up with thus far, and I'm looking forward to exploring that further going forward. I really feel like it's something that can help set my work apart from what you will typically see on the market. So I spent the rest of my upbringing right up through college and then a little bit beyond trying to figure out what it is I want to do with my life. And some of the paths I kind of explored, you know, I was pretty good. I did find things that I was good at, but you know, none of those things were particularly lucrative. And nobody got rich being a studio furniture maker either. But It is something that I just absolutely enjoy, and I feel like it's something that I can't not do.